You are now watching Zach Lesage, the best place to learn about competitive Pokemon TCG. Let's get it! Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, Zach Lesage here. Yo, today we are going to be covering over the top 8 decks from the Late Night Series, number 14. So if you made top 8 of this event, be sure to see exactly how I feel about your deck. But basically, I'm just going to be letting people know what decks performed well, what decks I liked, maybe some things that I changed, what's cool, what's not cool, I don't know, just discussing Pokemon decks. I mean, what else would we do with the Pokemon channel? That being said, I don't want to waste anyone else's time, so let's jump into this event and see exactly what's going on. So here we have it, the top players from the Late Night Series number 14 event. So we had over 200 players play in this event, so that's sick. A lot of players. Again, we still are the largest event on Limitless right now. So that's awesome. Thank you so much for everyone who participates week in, week out, all of our sponsors, PTCGO store, Atlas, all that great stuff. I really like jumping into the deck list. So we're going to be starting off with Squibster, Jolteon VMAX. Now, Squibster is a player that, I don't know how often they play, but I feel the name is recognizable. They are playing the cute little Dusknoir Peonia with a Dream Ball engine. So basically, you could put the Dream Ball in your prize cards with Peonia, then rip it out of your prize cards, use Dusknoir to stop your opponent's special energies, which could really help you out in a lot of situations. So this is kind of the new wave on Jolteon VMAX in general, which is really cool. So I'm happy to see this cool concept really work out. We also have just a typical Jolteon VMAX deck. So Jolteon VMAX using its Max Thunder Rumble attack, and then really trying to have those multi-prize card turns. I feel like this is a really on-trend meta deck, and that's probably why they saw a lot of success. Quite a few players are seeing this, and that's why Jolteon's going, woo! As we approach Fusion Strike being released, it is one of those things where we are likely going to see more Jolteon in general. I just think Jolteon seems like a good deck, and why not have Dusknoir? The deck gets better with more special energies being played. So we'll move on to the number 7. I just try to move quickly through these. I do like that list, by the way. We're going to be moving on to Utility with their Single Strike Urshifu deck. So, Single Strike Urshifu, the 4/4 Houndoom, I think that's cool. 3/2 Umbreon, 3/2. I mean, this is the line that I think most lists are playing for their deck. I think that the deck is awesome. You're using Umbreon VMAX to gust up your opponent's Pokemon with its Dark Signal ability. You have Single Strike Urshifu VMAX that can kind of knock out anything, go through anything like Dauntless Shield on Zamazenta V. There's a lot of cool things that you can do overall. I think that the list looks pretty normal. There's nothing really that I would change here. This to me seems like my exact list that I would play. If not, it might just be the one that I cover on my videos. So overall, like, I have no complaints. Very standard lists, but standard lists are very good because a lot of our community during this pandemic is just playing a lot of Pokemon cards, playing a lot of PTCGO, and when the lists are able to just get this refined, I think everyone should just be playing this list. If anything, if it was not this list, it probably would not be as correct. As we do get Fusion Strike coming out, consider adding Gengar VMAX into this deck. I think that would be really cool, and I'd love to see how those lists turn out. I played a little bit with it on tabletop, so check out the Shuffle Squad stream, and I will be posting it on this channel as well. Just some cool gameplay stuff. So overall, I think it's a solid list, solid on trends, all that good stuff. Single Strike has also been seeing a lot more play lately. Let's go on to number 6. Sorry about that. I believe Sorry About That is Brandon Salazar. So they typically do well at my events. Previous U.S. national champion. So honestly, awesome. I think that their list is very similar to the Jolteon VMAX list that we saw. You can see Dusknoir is trending, and it's seeing a lot of success lately. So that's something that you definitely want to consider when you're playing these decks, is that Jolteon VMAX probably should have Dusknoir, Peonia, Dream Ball. It just really seems to solve a lot of issues with this deck, especially when these special energy decks are seeing success. Just we'll go into this combo a little bit more. So all special energies attached to Pokemon, both yours and your opponent, provide colorless energy and have no other effect. So Single Strike decks just basically turn their deck into having one fighting energy, and a lot of other decks are losing their Rapid Strike energies, their Capture energies. So how does this strategy really work? You have Dream Ball, and that allows you to get out your Dusknoir. So you can only play this card if you took it as a face-down prize card before you put it in your hand. So basically, you flip over the Dream Ball, you're like, whoa, how does this work? So you search your deck for a Pokemon and put it onto your bench, then shuffle your deck afterwards. It doesn't say any basic Pokemon, so you can grab a Dusknoir. So you might be like, yo, how do you get a Dream Ball in your discard pile except by dumb luck alone? Well, we have Peonia, which allows you to put up to 3 prize cards in your hand. Then for each prize card you put there, you can put a card face down as a prize card. So you try to get the combo in there, remember where you put the prize card, and make Dream Ball happen. I don't think you're naturally going to get too many Dream Balls. It's very hard to even get the card prized, but if you are able to get it in your hands, this combo can be absolutely wicked. So great job again to Brandon on making top 8. And hopefully we can see them at the top tables again. We have Axel Goodaway playing Dragapult, good old Dragapult. Dragapult VMAX has been popping off like the whole Evolving Skies metagame ever since Henry Brand won my Late Night Series event a few months ago. Dragapult VMAX is really all about Max Phantom, drawing those extra multi-prize card turns, and I think this list looks really good. I think if anything it's 1 card off for my list, whereas I think I play 3 Quick Ball and 2 Path to the Peak. So overall, very on-trend list, very appropriate list for this event. With Single Strike going up, we're probably going to see Dragapult flatline a little bit, but again, these are all like speculations based off of a non-Fusion Strike metagame. As Fusion Strike metagame kind of comes out to be, and we'll see that at our Late Night Series number 15 events. I do want to let everyone know it is totally free to enter in these Late Night Series events. As long as they're just a nice person to all your opponents, you're more than welcome to play. There's no players who are just, if it's your first time playing an event, you're more than welcome. If you are totally rude to all your opponents or cause a lot of grief for the staff, there are like 2 players that are barred from playing the events, but that's really because they took things to a whole other level. So just trying to be a good person, all good. You're more than welcome to play, free prizing, store credit, Fusion Strike codes, all that great stuff. And of course, Fusion Strike is going to be legal this Monday. Yep, I think this list is awesome. Sign up, play some more events. We're going to move on to the top 4. We have Gabe Smart TCG, my Shuffle Squad teammates. I think their list looks really good. Again, they have the exact same line as what we saw in the other kind of Single Strike deck. And it's just they play 1 card difference than what we have. They cut basically a switch out of their deck for a Single Strike Scroll of Scorn, and they cut Great Ball out of their deck for a Tool Scrapper. And there's just 1 more change. I'm not entirely sure where it is. I might just be missing it overall, but basically I think this list is like a couple cards off from the other one that we saw. So I think overall this is a solid Single Strike deck. I do like the Scroll of Scorn. The Scroll of Scorn allowing you to kind of take a gigantic hit against one of your opponent's Pokemon. So if they don't OHKO you, you can just OHKO them back. So Single Strike Scroll of Scorn is an awesome tech, and we might even see it in some Gengar decks as they come out. Zach Cohen playing a Dragapult deck. So you can see a lot of these decks are very similar. Again, very similar line to what we've seen for everything else. I think this is my exact list that I post pretty much almost all, like every week. If not, it's 1 or 2 cards off. I'm always switching between Quick Balls and Path to the Peak counts. I think this one actually plays 1 less Level Ball and 1 more Quick Ball. So again, those things are just really going to be personal preference at this point. But overall, Dragapult VMAX is great. I think if you're wondering how to improve this from Fusion Strike coming up, I think Sydney, the one where you get to look in your opponent's hand, could be really good addition for this deck. So check that out. I think it would be awesome to add into this deck. But right now, for our Sword and Shield 2 Evolving Skies metagame, I think this is an awesome choice overall. So great job. Again, we will be moving into our first finalist deck list. So this is a player that won $50 from Atlas Store Credit, Frank. So Frank playing the Single Strike, or not Single Strike, geez, I get these all confused. Suicune, another S word, with the Blizzard Rondo and the Fleet-Footed ability and an Ice Rider line. So this is a little bit of a smaller Ice Rider line than I'm normally used to seeing in the deck. Usually it's about a 2-2 with 3 Suicunes, but overall this looks really good. The whole strategy is just to be using Blizzard Rondo, and maybe you could get an Ice Rider set up. So a little bit more of a purist Suicune take, but I think it is just good. You have the Drizzile engine to search out whatever you're looking for with Shady Dealings. quick shooting with the Inteleon to do extra damage counters to your opponents whenever you like. And I mean, again, Blizzard Rondo is an effective attack, doing all the damage for all the bench Pokemon on both sides. You could accelerate energies with Melanie and use capture energy. So this deck really has taken a bit of a dip, but it's not a bad deck. I think it's just more or less a format change. Going forward, though, I do think that the Suicune Ludicolo deck is going to be a little bit better in the early Fusion Strike format. So keep that in mind, just because you could scale the damage appropriately against a new kind of threshold of matchups, whereas Ice Rider's a little bit more stagnant on that. Not saying that it's better or worse, I just think the Ludicolos can be better early metagame at the very least. We will be moving on to our champions list. We have Richard playing Single Strike. Boom, Single Strike won the event. Again, we're going to be looking at a very similar list. This list is just not playing Tool Scrap or Tool Jammer. It is playing an extra copy of Fighting Energy. So again, you can see all these lists are really like 1-2 cards off. This really seems to be a list between Gabe's list and the other list that made top 8. So overall, this deck has been popping off recently. So watch out for Single Strike if you catch this video before your Fusion Strike events. Otherwise, we're probably going to see Gengar VMAX featured in these decks. So again, another great list. All these lists seem relatively standard, ready, just ready to completely bop your opponents. Nothing out of the ordinary, but those Dusknoirs and the Jolteons are something you want to watch out for, because that's pretty new over the past week or so. Well, that's what we got going on for this video today, peeps. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing all the top 8 deck lists, and I mean, well, if you make top 8 on my event, the Late Night Series number 15, maybe you'll be featured in this video too. Try your best, and I mean, I'm sure you can get there. If you got any questions, by all means, ask me about my events in the comments below. There is a link for the events in the description. Check that out on the Play Limitless TCG website. That being said, I gotta go edit this video. It's getting a little bit late for me. I'm actually getting ready for a trip this weekend. So even though this video is gonna be posted up, I'm gonna be a little bit abroad. Not really abroad, just kind of like 2-3 hours away from my house. But since I got married, I'm enjoying a little bit of a honeymoon. Michelle and I were both busy. She's a full-time college student. I'm a full-time content creator. So we're taking kind of mini honeymoons every couple months to kind of scratch that itch and make it feel real, I guess. So I will enjoy some rest and relaxation. Next week's going to be all pumped up with Fusion Strike content, so stay tuned for that. I will catch up with all y'all later. Peace out and have a great one. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It means the world to me. And my goal with this channel is to spread my love of the game and knowledge with our entire Pokemon TCG community. If you haven't already, help signal boost this video to other Pokemon TCG fans by liking it, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Hopefully we reach our goals really soon. Check out this recommended video and have yourself a great day. Thanks.